During the deal, he noticed something odd. The buyer assembled the gun 3 seconds faster than he could, and he's a trained operative. Even when he deliberately threw off the scope settings, the buyer still nailed the bullseye from a kilometer out. Jack remembered he'd just told the organization he wanted to retire. Right after that, they set up this deal. He was sure the two were connected. Then the buyer actually handed the weapon to Jack. She wanted to test the suppressor's performance. Jack could have taken the buyer down right then. That would have ended the problem for good. But he didn't do it. He had a better idea. The buyer was pleased with the weapon. She was ready to close on the spot. Jack quickly pointed out that a few components still needed tweaking. Luckily, the buyer didn't sense anything off. So Jack headed to an auto shop. While the owner was under a car, he lifted a few handy components. Back home, Jack stripped down the parts he'd stolen. He set the washers in place. Then he hammered them into shape. Jack wanted to build a realistic-looking fake that seemed fully functional. He cut the stolen steel pipe into 12 equal sections. He stacked the tubing and washers in order. Then he slid on the prepped outer shell. The suppressor was finished. To match it with a compatible gun, then he nudged the accuracy off on purpose. Next came the most critical step. Jack filed the bullet tips flat. He drilled a tiny hole into each one. Then, carefully, he dripped a little mercury into the cavity. With these custom rounds, even a non-lethal hit could kill fast from mercury poisoning. 3 days later, the deal went down as scheduled. What Jack didn't expect was that right after he handed over the custom ammo, the buyer asked to test fire again. Cold sweat ran down Jack's back. Even the waiter ducked into the kitchen. Suddenly, he was the only one left in the dining room. It felt like a setup. When the buyer returned, he slipped the hidden pistol into his pocket. Luckily, she didn't notice anything strange. The exchange wrapped up without a hitch. Jack stared at the cash in his hand. Doubt crept in. Maybe he was just being paranoid. What he didn't know was that buyer got a phone call on the way back. That night, Jack considered telling the buyer the truth, but what happened next convinced him to drop the idea. He realized that ever since the deal, someone had been tailing him. He ducked into a corner and hid. He crept up behind the man when the tail looked away. Just as he was about to fire, something unexpected happened. A delivery guy on a motorcycle suddenly cut between them, letting the hitman slip away. That sealed it for Jack. The organization wanted him gone for good.